Welcome to MAT 105, the history of graphic design. I'm Greg Kelly, and I'll be your host for this class, which surveys the origin and evolution of graphic design from the 19th century to the present day. Here we are on the home page in Canvas, which is where you'll land when you enter the course. It's important to read this introduction so that you clearly understand what graphic design is. The purpose of graphic design is to communicate messages through the juxtaposition of words and images. It is the visual synthesis of ideas in the form of magazines, books, posters, as well as packaging, signage, and digital interfaces. Graphic design is basically all around us in very ordinary and important ways. But it is important that you read this introduction so that you get a clear understanding of what graphic design is. Again, graphic design is the combination of words and images in order to convey a message. It is not art. Art is something different, and there is a lecture on that during the first week. It is here on the home page too that you will get the announcements. I send out announcements on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are emailed to you, but you can also access them here on the home page. So let's have a look at our virtual classroom. Let's have a look at the syllabus. There is my information up at the top. That's me, Greg Kelly. There's my email. Don't hesitate to send me an email if you have any questions about anything. You may be interested in looking at my faculty website, which shows some of the other classes that I teach, as well as some articles on various aspects of graphic design. I also include design competitions and news and events there. Also, have a look at the Media, Arts, and Technologies website, where you'll find information about other courses, degrees, the faculty, and so on. This is a 3-unit, 16-week course which surveys the origin and evolution of graphic design from the 19th century to the present day. It will explore the development and influence of graphic communication through genre design, types of graphic representation, and significant historical movements, and the importance of graphic design in contemporary cultural and a global economy. This class also satisfies the humanities or arts general education requirements for transfer to the Cal State and the UC. Here are some of the objectives of this course, which include examining visual communication from the 19th to the 21st century, identifying, comparing, and contrasting significant historical movements in graphic design. And there are 10 or 12 objectives, and I know that if you follow along and complete the assignments that you will learn all of those. These are our student learning outcomes. The first one is to describe the historical development of graphic communication from its beginnings to the 21st century, distinguish specific periods of graphic design by their stylistic characteristics based on the analysis of line, form, color, and composition. And finally, compare and contrast a specific graphic designer's use of style and subject matter and how it creates meaningful communication and value for their audience. And again, by participating in class, doing the readings and the assignments, you will easily learn those outcomes. The methods in this class are where we study the historical development of line, shape, color, and texture, and so on. I will maintain regular and effective contact with all of you students through the electronic lectures, discussions, emails, and so on. I am usually pretty quick to respond to emails, perhaps excepting weekends and holidays. The required reading for this book is Stephen Eskilsson's Graphic Design: A New History. Now, the textbook for this class is on reserve in the Oceanside Campus Library. If you are close by and have access to the library, you can access the textbook right there in the library. There are some other recommended reading for you. They're not required. They're just some other books that can be interesting for you about the history of graphic design. Your grades for this class are based on various types of assignments. The main assignment is what I call a bibliography and design and context assignment. We'll be going over more in detail on that later. There are actually 12 of those, each worth 25 points. There are 4 exams, and those are worth 100 points, and just a project, which is worth 300 points. I post assignments on Monday, and they're due on Sunday of that week. And so the various types of assignments basically break down into a third of your grade. So the bibliography assignment is approximately 30%, the exams are a little bit more at 40%, and the project is 30%. The schedule for this semester is basically working through 1 chapter a week in the textbook, with various assignments due each week. Be sure to read about attendance. Attendance is a little different in the online environment. Canvas tells me when you log in and for how long, and so I check that regularly to make sure that you're keeping up with the assignments and the tasks. If you do not attend class, which means logging into Canvas at least once in any 7 consecutive day period, I'll send you a warning, and if you don't attend for about 2 weeks, I may drop you. But if you know you're going to be away for a time and not able to access Canvas, let me know and we can work out a way for you to turn in your assignments. Be sure to let me know if you have any disability which needs academic adjustments or accommodations. You can speak with me or the Disabled Students Program Services, and we can work out a way we can accommodate you in this class. Here's a list of important dates throughout the semester. One date to remember is September 3rd. That's the census date when I take the official count of enrollment in class. By law, I am required to drop any students who are inactive by this date. And December 14th is the end of the semester, and that will be the last day to turn in any assignments. I've also included a printable syllabus for you, should you want to have that handy at all times. Just click that PDF and that'll open up. And here's a course summary with all of the assignments and their due dates. We'll be going over in more detail about the assignments next week. So let's look at some other parts of Canvas. The modules menu item is where you'll find all of your assignments. So each week you have an assignment there in the module. That's where you'll find your assignment. You'll be turning in your assignments in the discussion board, which can be accessed here. So each week you have something to turn in for the discussion board. You may want to have a look at the project for this class, which is a museum exhibition project on some topic of graphic design. We'll be going over this in more detail later, but you may want to have a look at it to see what you'll be doing and the various phases, when they're due, and so on. It may look like a lot, but you have the entire semester to work on this, and so you'll easily complete that project by the end of the semester. Also, very importantly, have a look at the Research Tools page. You'll be doing a fair amount of research in this class, and if you don't know about the resources in the MiraCosta Library, this is an important page for you to look at. Especially have a look at this video, which helps you understand how to use the various catalogs, databases, and resources the library has for your research. So again, be sure to review this in detail so that you clearly understand how to do the kind of research you'll be doing in this class. You may want to avail yourself of help through the Writing Center, and these are some various resources you can find for that. But again, this is a very important page for you to have a look at and clearly understand how to do research through the MiraCosta Library. You don't actually have to go to the library. It can all be done online. Also, have a look at the resources page. I have various resources about graphic design, magazines, organizations, and so on. Those are all links to various resources. Some graphic designers' websites, some are living and some have passed away. I've also got a list of various museums, some graphic design, some just art museums, some design schools if you're interested in pursuing more education in graphic design, some libraries, some links to research and writing, and also employment if you are looking to find a job as a graphic designer. So that's a brief overview of our virtual classroom here in Canvas. I really enjoy the history of graphic design, and I think you will too. It's a really interesting way to learn about history, and I'm really looking forward to an exciting class.